Well, good evening, Lifeboat. This is Captain Calhoun on a Sunday. Feeling a little groggy, but I was feeling worse like an hour ago, so there's that. How is everyone this evening? I wonder if I threw people off with not having the thumbnail up when I normally do. Valerie 102, Krista Melinda, Ben Bacon Bits, Cosmic Christie. Good to see you guys. I know Jason P is working on his car. Good luck. Sweet Liberty and Casey. Good to see you guys. Mile High Hokey. I guess we'll give people a chance to get here. We're not going to be doing anything serious today. We're just going to hang out and kind of chop it up. So I'm not feeling great. My genius idea to mess with my sleep schedule is biting me in the butt for sure. I do not feel great. So yeah, we're just going to kind of hang out and fart around and talk about some stuff and things. Hope you guys have been enjoying the Ripplage. The Ripplage is pretty cool. I have big plans, in the future. We're just going to do it step by step. So I am grateful for today and what it has brought. Tara Smiling, Debbie P, Jemiah COVID Council, Lisa Trimble, DJ Daddio, Rocket Queen. Good to see you guys. Scooby, SB, Danielle McCoy, pardon me. But are you the real McCoy? Seventh Son, good to see you. Good to see you. Heck yeah, guys. Yep, I've just been running myself ragged, and then my sleep schedule is all messed up. I was sleeping not enough, I guess. I probably wasn't getting enough REM cycle when I was splitting it. And then I went like to the other side of the spectrum, and now I feel like I've had too much, and I feel like I have like a sleep hangover, if that's what they call that. But yeah, dude. So that's what's going on with the captain. I caught the Related Boat earlier, and I caught Blessed to Crochet earlier, and I thought that was pretty neat. How's everybody's Sunday treating them? Oh, well, thanks, Tara. Tara says, for not feeling great, I'm styling. I'm trying. I figured if I put the tie-dye on, I might feel a little happier, a little more energized, but you can probably tell like the crud in the background too. That's what I feel a little cluttered on the inside. Dun, 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 dun. Layla Bradley, good to see you. Thank you for saying as much. Yes, I do. The sober at my Yahoo is now my email, Lisa. I've been forwarding your emails to my dad, actually. But if you'd like to reach out to me, you can hit me at sober@myyahoo.com. Sweet Liberty says, Mary did a great job earlier. I thought so too. I love that knit trophy she has. I think that is the cutest thing in the whole world. Scooby says, I'm about to shower and get ready for bed, but I thought I'd come say hi. Well, I'm glad you did. I hope you have a great night, Scoob. I've been considering changing the evening time to 5 p.m. to help because it would be easier on me, but it was just a thought that I had. I don't know what actual implications that would have for lifeboaters all over the world. So I don't know if we'll actually do that. But man, the 12 hours apart thing, that would be really cool if I could change that. But we'll see. We'll see. Sunday was great. Sunday was okay. Then irrationally irritable. And now better. Lol. That sounds like mine. Except it replace irrationally irritable to irrationally tired and low energy. I think this hat's pretty cool. I like it so much. I want to show it off to all my friends, but I also don't want to take it outside of the house and get it dirty. So it's probably just going to stay right here. I'm going to stay right here. Kat says, hey, Smanx, I hardly ever catch you live. Loving you heading up the boat. I skied heavenly today. Last day of our season. Skied heavenly. I'm bummed it's ended. Man, I did not get up nearly enough. I think I had two legendary days, but I think I went up twice this year. Both powder days. Luckily, I have the hookups. Tara Smiling says, I was listening to this gal talk about how 8 solid hours, set timer for 9, allows for the brain to regenerate and for all the valves and vessels to get cleaned out, similar to a pressure washer. That's very interesting. I often get closer to 7, but when I do get 8 or 9, I can tell the difference. It's a big difference. And when I wake up naturally and I feel energized, if I don't roll over and go back to bed right then, if I just get up, it's better. Because if I roll over and go back to sleep, I won't feel so awesome the next time I wake up, I've noticed. Because I'll wake up in the middle of a REM cycle instead of at the end of one. Brittany Van Brakel asks if I have a P.O. box where we can send stuff. Yes, the Lifeboat P.O. box is also my P.O. box. We try to check it weekly, but sometimes it's not weekly. We're about due for a trip down there. Usually my dad goes without me and he'll just bring the stuff addressed to me. So you can, the P.O. box address is in the video description and the channel description. Most of my hoodies are black. Aaron F says, love the hoodie. A lot more fun than the black one I'm wearing. Yeah, this is my only really colorful one, I have to say. Question. Layla Bradley asks, with moving recently, do you have friends living locally? I do not. There's a guy that I'm pretty sure, I shouldn't say pretty sure. There's this guy that I've worked with when I go to work with the union, and I'm pretty sure he either lives at the end of the building or his girlfriend lives at the end of the building or his sister or something. I don't know the exact deal, but I see him walking a dog around the area sometimes. Um, but yeah, no, I haven't made really any friends yet. I've been really just trying to focus on um, getting a good foundation, getting this all going. Uh, I guess I did make a friend at work. Met a dude at work named Terrence. He's pretty badass, I have to say. But especially with this transition, I've just been trying to put all my energy into making sure I can do this properly, right? So we'll get there. Baby steps. In the past, I had fun before I did what I needed to, and I'm trying to get different results. So I'm switching up the priority on stuff a little bit. I have glasses. Why, thank you, Seven Son. I can't wait to get them. I thought Reese was in town today for some reason. So I like didn't hit my dad up at all. I just kind of let him do his thing. But she's not. She's in her basement live right now, I think, actually. Um, so that's kind of neat. I could have bugged him about that, but I'll go see him tomorrow. Um, Monday's a good day for new things. Yeah, I tell you what, it's funny you bring that up. Tara Smiling says, yep, agreed. That same girl was talking about how longer than 9 hours can cause depressive symptoms. That is the best way to describe how I feel. And it's not that I'm depressed, but I feel like similar symptoms to like depression. Like, I don't know how I know I'm not depressed. Probably because I know that things are great. Like, my brain tells me that things are great, but I like all the same symptoms. I'm like low energy, nothing is really motivating. Things that are exciting to me, I just don't want to do. You know, it's kind of a whack way to feel. So I'm gonna try to get that in order ASAP. But I have to say, I don't know if this is because I'm a wildly inconsistent human, or if uh, maybe I do have a little depression or something. But I consistently feel not good. And maybe, now it's related to the sleep schedule, but sometimes it's related to actually being depressed. Sometimes it's related to my brain chemistry not being right because I'm only like, what am I, like a year and 2 months sober, right? I'm sure that it's still not 100%, but I feel like consistently, I can never consistently feel great. But I don't know, maybe then this other part of me thinks maybe it's just the natural ups and downs of life, right? That's normal. You can't be happy all the time, right? I don't know. It's so hard to know if I can know exactly what's going on. All I can do is my best, right? And I'm super opposed to going to a doctor and getting on medicine. I feel like that's just the last thing in the world I want to do. So If I can make it work, I'm going to. And the only reason that I bring that up, like I don't necessarily think I need to go get medicine, but there's something wrong. I shouldn't be consistently feeling depressed or feeling low energy or just consistently not feeling good. I feel like is not a that's not how people should feel, right? That's not normal. But again, I'm probably preaching to the wrong choir here. I feel like y'all can all probably relate with how what I'm talking about. Thank you, Brazy. I figured this help me feel a little better and brighter if I didn't put something black on, if I put something bright and colorful on. Yeah, it's true, SB. I feel like I recognize I have wildly high expectations for myself. So it's good to remind myself, be patient, you know. SB says you also have a lot going on, moving, the lifeboat, your dad, etc. It's very astute observation. I sometimes ignore or forget the amount of stuff that I'm doing just because I have such high expectations. Because I know what I'm capable of. Valerie says, random. Most of my clothes are in storage at the moment. I just have basics in neutral colors. I looked at myself in the mirror today and for the first time ever felt 39, my actual age. Face palm. That's awesome. Well, I tell you what, um, you're just building up the excitement for when you get your wardrobe back, you know? You're just practicing. The words aren't there today, guys. Yeah, I could go to bed right now, but I didn't want to not do this. This is such a big part of my day now. If I don't do it, I like feel not only do I feel bad, but then I'm unhappy and disappointed in myself and I don't feel as good. So even if I'm not feeling good, if I do the boat, it helps me in it like every way. There's no downside to me doing the boat unless I'm like actually unless I'm not capable, right? Physically not capable, you know, that's when I'll probably take a day, right? If I was sick, if I was throwing up or something, I don't know, but just being tired, this is going to energize me and make me feel better. I will go to sleep with fond thoughts of the crew of the boat and what we're building. You know, I have tried this in the past, and Bernice Dooley asks, "Have you tried microdosing with mushrooms? I'm 70 and finally feel good." And I've heard this kind of experience from a lot of people, especially like in the burner community. A lot of my close friends are kind of into that thing. So I have tried this, and it's not consistent for me. I noticed it didn't work well for me, I guess. Yeah, I am squinting a ton. I wonder what's going on. Let me see if I can turn this light down. Oh my gosh, what the? It's because my light was turned up. Probably still gonna squint though, dude. I'm tired. I'm telling you, it's real. I had a pot of coffee today, just one, just one. I'm trying to cut that down too. Um, wasn't it? Zelda Z says Spanx. Mary's Ripple was awesome. This this goes out to Mary. Thank you for being willing to experiment with me, try this with me. You know, we were not entirely sure how it was going to go, but she was willing to throw herself in there and try, and killed it, and just did great, just absolutely great. She's a natural. Conversations with Christy. Glad you're here. Here, please hold. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're cranky, Kristen, and that you're tapering off psych med. That doesn't sound fun. I'm sending you good vibes and well wishes. Brittany Van Brakel says, I have been in a depressive state for 3 years. It's hard for me to find joy in things, but I just got my cocktail off meds right. And I'm making myself right like I used to. These lives bring joy. I'm so glad to hear that, Brittany. I definitely felt like I was stuck in a loop of depression and failure and just disappointment for a long, long time. Um, and I'm only now coming to a place where I'm like experiencing new heights. I'm experiencing like I'm not only back to where I had been, but I'm breaking new ground now. So I relate. I definitely relate. I'm super glad to hear that we're helping. If we can do anything more, just let us know. Please hold. Yeah, that's got to be a shirt, right? As soon as I said that, I was thinking about that. I could make the shirt. I just have to put the energy into it. Cat says, "Holy moly, a pot of coffee. That's too much. I learned that I have to finish my last cup 12 hours before I want to be asleep. So I have 2 cups, finish by 9 to 10 a.m. to fall asleep by 10 p.m." You see, and that's probably a very intelligent way to go about it. And I'm probably just slow to the party. I have used caffeine excessively, or should I say, abused caffeine historically. Um, and I'm recognizing I'm taking too much. And part of it is like old bad habit, and part of it is wanting to wake up on the spot for the boat or something like that, right? So if I can quit screwing with my sleep schedule, and then honor my body and do the proper amount of caffeine in the morning, I think that that'll fix everything. We'll see. I appreciate you sharing that experience with me. I used to be really sensitive to caffeine, and I feel like my body doesn't react the same to it because I overdo it so much. Sorry to hear that. Hope between the dreams. Thoughts and prayers for hope between the dreams. I can't imagine. Wean off with intermittent decaf, says Brazy Girl. And it's not even like I do love coffee and the taste and the whole thing, right? But it's more like the caffeine content itself. I guess this would serve to trick my brain though. Noted. I will I'll give that a try actually, Brazy Girl. I appreciate that. You see, I tried to talk myself out of that. You see that? The path of least resistance is often the right path for me. I don't want to sound like a lazy guy, but I often fight like the natural way of things. I don't know why. I'm just naturally opposed. I'm so stubborn. I don't know what the deal is, but if I just allow things to go the way that they're going, Brazy Girl offers this piece of advice: intermittent decaf. Great idea. It's going to cost me nothing, right? To try. I'm immediately opposed to it. Understanding this about myself is a part of moving forward, though. I think that that's definitely a characteristic about me. It's interesting. Hot tea is definitely tomorrow. I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna get all the fixins. I can't wait to get new tea. I've been missing tea. I was really enjoying having tea before the boat for my throat and for just enjoyment. And yeah, that tea is definitely stale in my cabinet. And Kat, this is also a good point. Kat says, for real, Spanx, if I make the mistake of having caffeine at 2 to 3 p.m., I'm lying awake until 2 to 3 a.m. No bueno. I was just thinking I used to be this way, but I probably still am. I just like drive my body to the point of like failure, of like full exhaustion. And that's the only reason that I can sleep, I bet. Workaholic Panda asks, doesn't extra caffeine create other shortages in your system? I don't know. But when you put it that way, it sure sounds intelligent. It sure sounds like it would work that way. I wonder what kind of shortages I'm experiencing. That also might explain my abuse of caffeine. Might explain why I'm feeling Someone said to me once, adrenal something something. Do you experience adrenal? Because I was talking about how much caffeine I had, and they like got this wide eyed look and were astounded. And they said, "Don't you get adrenal?" I don't know what the second word was, but basically they were trying to say, like, doesn't it stop working? Doesn't that system in your body cease to process it properly? And I kind of just took that for granted and didn't like look into it. But you might be onto something there. This happens to you too, Valerie. It makes me feel good to know I'm not alone. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only adrenal fatigue. That might be it. Like all of you know. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one, like I'm some special cat, but we're all unique and special, but I feel like none of us are alone, right? There's someone out there that has walked this. Brazy girl, thank you so much. Decaf for the captain. 1 cup of coffee. You need 2 cups of water to hydrate. And I haven't had enough water today either. I was talking the other day about getting juggling balls in the air and getting too much going and then dropping one that I thought I had like down to a science. I was getting my hydration in Arizona down to a science, and then I started taking over the lifeboat and started messing with my sleep schedule, and I dropped the ball on the hydration. So we're gonna get that one back in rotation real quick, and we'll be headed for the horizon. Thank you, Brazy. I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back. So much crap on my head. I thought I was wearing my headphones. Well, I'm so glad you guys showed up. Please hold. Please hold. Has adrenal fatigue. You can see it in my face, huh? Man. Man. Well, maybe tomorrow we'll have a cup of coffee and see how that goes. And then we'll take a nap because I'm probably not going to feel very energized after not having an entire pot, right? But after that, maybe it'll be fine. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. How do you mix it? So do you mix the grounds? Lisa Trimble says, my coffee is now 1/3 caffeine and 2/3 decaf. Took a little while, but it works. I still need a little caffeine. I definitely feel like I don't want to cut the caffeine out entirely, but to bring it to like a healthy, non-abuse place would be amazing. I think that I definitely have not been giving this much thought at all. What would I do without you guys? That's the real question. If I hadn't done the lifeboat tonight, if I had gone and taken a nap instead, we wouldn't be talking about adrenal fatigue. I wouldn't be considering a pot of coffee too much. And if I'm being really honest, most days I have more than that. Most days I have 2 or like 1.5 pots of coffee. Yeah, we'll be right back after these messages. Well, what I mean, Lisa Trimble, is how do you go about mixing your caffeine and your decaf? Brazy girl, what is live blood analysis? Is that an app or like a? Here's Bless to Crochet. Go check her out. This is the replay from today's show. And go check out her channel. Show her some love. Tell her hello. We appreciate you. I've also been eating a ton of spicy stuff lately. My uncle dropped off those pepper flakes. Have I read the side the peppers inside this thing to you guys yet? There's like a pepper in there called the Archangel pepper. There's one in there that's called a jigsaw gator mustard something. There's just a bunch of crazy peppers in this pepper flake shaker, and I've been putting it on pizza and chicken and just all kinds of stuff and eggs. And boy, my body can tell when I'm about to eat capsaicin. Like if I smell it or if I'm cooking with it, like my body will like pre-endorphin. It's so interesting. It is the wildest thing. I noticed that yesterday. I was having, I think it was chicken with those flakes on it, and like as I was cooking it, I like was getting a little high. I was like, oh my gosh, when did this become what capsaicin does to me? And I think I've just gotten to a level where like I can start to taste the flavors. I can start to the it's not just overwhelming spice. It's not just overwhelming heat anymore. It's super interesting. It's more of like a tingle across my tongue. And I'm not drenching my food in this stuff, right? I'm trying to enjoy my meal, but also push the boundaries slightly. But man, let me tell you, I have hit like a whole new place with the capsaicin, and it's beautiful. It's fucking wonderful. I'm gonna drop the F word because I'm a little tired, I guess. Sorry, pardon me. Keto coffee. Plant Freak, I think that we are on the same page. Plant Freak says, so neurodivergent individuals such as myself actually find caffeine as a way to help focus if not medicated. But the harm on the nervous system can cause severe shakiness in major stress moments. Interesting. I definitely noticed that I'm not always as solid as I used to be in high stress moments. Um, but that's always been something that happens to me sometimes, I think. Regardless, I'm abusing caffeine, like abusing caffeine. So definitely, I think my immediate goal. It might be more harmful than the nicotine. Who knows? We're not gonna overthink it and overcomplicate it. That's for sure. Thank you for sharing that with me, Lisa Tremble. I'm gonna look into that. I have a grinder now, so this should be easy as pie. It should be easy as one scoop, two scoop, three scoop kind of thing. Made hamburger helper with onions today. Buddy said he got high off the smell. Hadn't had it for a while. Is Buddy? Who's Buddy? Just your buddy? Were you? Oh, were you cooking with spice or was it just the onions? I haven't had hamburger helper in forever. I could see nostalgia just taking you to a different place though. That's happened to me. Krista Melinda asks if I made butter coffee in my regular blender, would that ruin it? And I don't know. That's above my pay grade, Kristen. I have to say. Usually, I have people for that. You do hot sauce every morning to clear your sinuses living at 7,000 feet. You know, if you're interested in doing more to that point, I would recommend this is just an example. I have a bunch of these, but getting one of these little tinctures. It's capsaicin tincture. They come in a variety of different brands. Companies make them made from different peppers, and there's a different processes for making them. If you do decide to go with tincture, the reason I recommend it is because it's concentrated, so you can kind of control, I guess, how much spice you want, and it's going to go a long way, right? You only need a tiny little bit of this, but some of the tinctures out there they use alcohol to bring out more spice, and this is I believe it's called a solventless. There's no alcohol used in this. It's just capsaicin. There's no crazy, wild pushing. It's just capsaicin, right? And I have a few of them. But if I would recommend getting like one of those I don't know if it's solventless is the right. There's no alcohol in it. That's the point. Just get a pure capsaicin tincture, and just a tiny little bit goes a long way. And if you're doing hot sauce in the morning to clear your sinuses, it would not be a super big jump to just do a tiny little bit. And if you do too much on accident, worst case scenario is just going to burn for 15 minutes and then you might poop fire a little, no big deal. But they come with these little droppers. And I would not, I mean, that's a lot, right? When I say a drop, when I first started doing this, what I would do, I'll show you actually. You can get a drop like hanging out, and I would just touch my tongue to it. And that was a tiny, tiny little drop. I basically made a bubble out the end and put it on my tongue. And that's plenty. That's plenty. That's going to give me the whole thing those pepper flakes do on when I put it on the chicken. This one, since I held it up, this is red rum from Impressed Capsaicin Company. And it's really good. This one's made from Carolina Reapers and Caribbean red habaneros. I'd have to say, I have a bunch of them. I have this one too. This one's called Armageddon. It's got Jesus and Satan on the front and a bowling ball striking Earth, I guess. Oh, I guess it's a meteor with 3 holes in it. That's okay. And this one's got Peach Butte Jalopy and Carolina Reapers. These two are very similar in flavor, but this one is like a slow roll. Like when you first do it, when you first taste it, it's like, oh, that's not so bad, but then it just kind of creeps up and gut punches you. And this one is all at once. It's already gone. That was like 60 seconds of a little bit of burn. Very interesting. Completely different spectrum of spice. I don't know. Zelda Z asks, Spanx, will the tincture help with chronic pain? I don't know. I would totally ask my uncle. In fact, I can ask him for you, and I can get back to you tomorrow. I believe that's the idea. From what I understand, it forces your body to release natural endorphins. So to that end, that will help with pain in a little bit, but probably not the way that you're used to if you've taken prescriptions. Um, it's definitely it's a trade up for sure. I know that there are people that use capsaicin, and it's important to note not just any tincture, capsaicin tincture. They make tincture for weed. They make tincture for everything. Tincture, I think, is another word for like concentrate or distillate. I'm not 100%, but just to be clear, we're talking about capsaicin tincture. I don't want to get anybody the wrong idea. But anyways, I know some people do use capsaicin for chronic pain. I just don't know to what extent it's effective. I don't have chronic pain, I guess, so I don't have experience with it either. But I'll talk to my uncle. I'm pretty sure he does have chronic pain. So, oh, and the tincture is going to be infinitely easier than eating peppers. And every tincture is not created equal. Check this out. Shout out to our friends. Shout out to our friends at Grizzly Heat. I love those guys. I got this in New Mexico from our friends Grizzly Heat, and this tincture will take paint off a doorknob. Not literally. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried, but this is not that. That stuff was light work compared to this. This stuff hurts. But they each have their own little purpose. So, um, yeah, eating a whole pepper it's not just the spice now. Your body's going to try to digest and break that down, which is not comfortable. Um, and I mean, some people will force themselves to vomit, so that's also not comfortable. Probably more comfortable than digesting it, but eating a pod is infinitely more complicated than doing a little tincture. These are, in my opinion, the most um, least complicated way, least involved way to get involved with capsaicin. I like that. It's not all alcohol extracted. None of the ones that I have are alcohol extracted, except this one probably is. I imagine that's why it's so friggin' hot. It might not be though. They could just have put capsaicin crystals in there, which is just a harder form of distillate, so to speak. Mr. Miller is out for the evening, Nazoo. I feel like I'm just gonna ban you though. So thanks for hanging out. That was the other facet, I think. Brazzy Girl asks, Captain, did you sleep well? Get REM sleep. When I attempted to split my day into two and be awake for 8 hours and sleep for 4 hours twice in a day, I think that instead of getting 3 REM cycles in an 8 to 9 hour sleep, right? 2 to 3 REM cycles, I would get 1.5. Like I would basically get 1 REM cycle because a half doesn't count. It's not like you count the remainder, right? My body didn't do what it needed to. So I think that was the other facet. Not only was I wasn't getting enough, but I wasn't getting enough quality sleep. And now I think I'm like getting too much sleep and also not enough quality. So hopefully I'm going to rebound back like the rubber band effect, right? It went over here, and now we're going to be in the middle a little bit. So I'm hoping to minimize the bounce. In fact, I might, depending on how I feel and how I'm definitely like a gut feeling kind of guy, like go by my feel rather than my logic, even though I employ logic a lot. But depending on how I feel, I'm either going to go to bed right after this or I'm going to stay up a little extra late. And that should bounce me back to where I think going to bed right after this. I forget what my thought process was because I'm crazy, but I'm pretty sure right after this, the plan is to go to bed and then sleep extra. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm not going to do anything rash. I'm going to fix my sleep schedule. Do you ever just like start saying something and then your words get away from you and then you like feel like you can't get out of what you're trying to say, but you also have to finish saying it. So you just say a bunch of stuff and it sucks. My dad, I know y'all have always all heard of, the old wash the mouth out with soap thing. That didn't work really well on me. So my dad would put Tabasco in my mouth when I was a kid, and he only had to do that once. From then on, he would just point at it, and I would mind my business immediately. I thought that's a kind of a fun memory, I have to say. Total Michael Scott situation, Valerie. You see me. I appreciate you. Looking forward to my songs. I'm so glad to hear you say that. I had one earlier. What was it? I've been listening to a lot of rap today. I feel like reluctant to recommend metal and rap. I feel like I should recommend more wholesome tunes. What was I listening to earlier? What was it? Uh, my song of the day is Genio Atrapado. I don't speak Spanish, so I probably pronounced that wrong, but it's Genie in a Bottle in Espanol by Christina Aguilera. Genio Atrapado. Yeah, I like that song a lot. I was listening to that when I was writing. I was putting together a show either yesterday or the day before. I forget, but I was just over here like, ooh. Yeah, song of the day. It's spelled like this. Same mistakes by the Echo Friendly. Eco or Echo? Is it intentionally Echo? This voice in the back of my head just said, "Don't question me." I'm sure it's Echo. Right now, I'm listening to Nipsey Hussle, Kristen. Rest in peace, the great Nip Hussle, the great. Yeah, maybe I should just cut myself off with a blah 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 now and again, eh? And I think that's a great idea, Jemiah. Coming soon to an internet near you. I have not heard of REN. I'll have to check it out. I have a hard time with a lot of rap with British accents for some reason. Some of it's awesome, but I have to like get over like it how it sounds weird to me, and that's just me not being used to it, I guess. We're talking about my uncle. He's pretty neat. He's pretty neat. Oh my! I might have to call it early, guys. I feel like I mean, we could just hang out and look at each other and stare into each other's eyes. There's nothing wrong with that, I guess, right? Thank you for saying so, Chickacherry Cola. I think one of my exes, got this for me, and I was trying to feel better, so I thought putting colors on would make me feel a little better, and it did. Yeah, he's pretty great. I'm a big fan, Zelda. I am a big fan. Oh, I would lose. My eyes are dry and tired. I'm already blinking thinking about it. Russ, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Original pirate material by the streets. All right. That OG PM, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? That OG PM, original pirate material. I hope you feel better, Brazy. We're both going to feel better. We're just going to call it in. Just lightning is going to strike, except it's not lightning, it's feeling good. Bam. Hey, Steph, glad you could join us. Welcome, welcome. Goddess Divine. Stoked you guys made it. Have a good night, SB. I know I should go to bed, huh? You know what? In the spirit of that, maybe I will. Maybe I will. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. This is so great. Um, yeah, let's do it again tomorrow, huh? So we'll be back to business tomorrow. We can always have fun, right? But I think I'll be back to a topic tomorrow. And if I can get the sleep schedule, if I feel good by Wednesday, before Wednesday, I'd like to do an maybe that Tara interview or a night yard. I'd like to start thinking about these other things that we've been talking about that I haven't been able to put energy into yet. So shout out to Tara Smiling, shout out to Russ, shout out to the whole crew, to Tampa B Man lurking. But yeah, look out for all that stuff this week, and hit the like, subscribe, bell for notifications. Um, let's one more time hear it for Blessed to Crochet for our own Mary Jones. That was a really cool meeting earlier, really cool ripple we had going on, and look forward to many more. What a beautiful beginning, right? Love you, Kat. I'm really excited to interview Tara. I just feel like someone with questions of that caliber needs to have them turned on her, you know? Got to ask her some really good questions. So the pressure's on. I got to come up with some good ones, but I'm sure I will. And yeah, me and Russ are going to get a night yard probably on the weekend. Russ requested some weekend slots, so we're gonna let's shoot for next weekend on the night yard. Me and Russ are gonna hang out and thug it a little bit, talk about some other stuff. Don't get nervous, Tara. I was just playing around. It makes for good banter. I promise I'll be nice. I swear I'll be nice. I'm actually nice. Valerie, you like that night yard? Okay. Okay. At first, it was suggested to me, and I thought, I don't know. I've been to like jail like once. I don't know if, but I am quite familiar with the lingo. With the we could talk about a lot of stuff. I've spent quite a bit of time hanging around the same exact kind of people, just on the outs. So we're gonna have some sweet conversations. And honestly, I could use a little thuggery in my conversation. All this seriousness and recovery, and even the tomfoolery. It's pretty neat. But I could definitely use a good night yard, I think. Much love, guys. All right, I'm getting out of here. Like, subscribe, love yourself, and show some gratitude. I feel like I need to come up with a better ending. That sounds snarky. I'm not snarky.